everyone. My name is Kelsey Hughen and I'm a singer-songwriter based in Austin, Texas. And I'm so incredibly honored to have been given this opportunity to perform on the Tune Supply platform. I'm really excited to introduce you to the three musicians who are performing with me tonight. They are dear friends. Joey DeLessio will be on bass, Braden Guess will be on guitar, and Maddie Horrell will be on cello. So I can't wait for you to hear them and meet them. They're really, really talented, special people. And of course, thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is for you. Thank you for your attention and for being here. And thank you for your donations. These donations are going directly to not only the musicians, but also to Tune Supply so that they can really keep this music platform up and running for Irish musicians and beyond, to be able to share their music, their stories, their songs, their dances. So thank you so much. House on a Hilltop is about childhood. It's about the home in which I grew up here in Austin, which my parents still live there, and it's up on this really big hill, which as a kid, this hill to me was like ginormous. I would always have dreams that I would just be like constantly falling down this hill. And it's also about my relationship with my little brother and how alive this home felt for me, for us. The walls were alive, my stuffed animals were alive, the fairies in the backyard, all of it was so real and alive, and I lived in that world. And so the song is about sort of looking back with my little brother and realizing and understanding that we grew up and how important it is to keep hold of that childhood whimsy. And unfortunately, as we get older, a lot of times we lose touch with that. And so this song is about not just the home in which I grew up, but the place that we all have here, where we go to reconnect to that childhood imagination and whimsy and magic, because we all have that.
Once upon a time in a world way back when you and I, we were just children, running circles round and round the den. Do you remember, brother? We would hide in all those tiny spaces, animals and other faces. Do you wish we could go back then? I'm looking for a house on a hilltop where we can be anybody. The world may come looking, but only we have the key. Hidden in a room in a treehouse, way up high, open window, walk on out into the sky. The world may come looking, but they can't find us, no. Walking through the backyard, picking berries, you would watch me chasing fairies. Can you still see them now? Up the stairs and round the corner, storybooks alive and music soars through these halls. I'm looking for a house on a hilltop where we can be anybody. The world may come looking, but only we have the key. Hidden in a room in a treehouse, way up high, open window, walk on out into the sky. The world may come looking, but they can't find us, no. swinging high above the mountain. Take my hand and I'll show you the way around this world. I'm looking for a house on a hilltop where we can be anybody. The world may come looking, but only we have the key. Hidden in a room in a tree house, way up high, open window, walk into the sky.
You know, at a show, I never took for granted that connection with other musicians on stage. It's just this electricity in the room between the musicians, and then electricity between audience and performer. The unspoken communication, the laughter, the attention and awareness, the presence, it's all just such a force. And I never took it for granted before, but I will for sure never take it for granted again when we are able to be back together performing. In the meantime, I'm so grateful for something like this that allows me to feel like I'm with my people, and like I'm sharing this experience in just a bit of a different way. Little Romance is just that. It is the story of a little romance that took place in Italy, based on a true story. And, you know, I hope we all have at least one of those moments in life where you see someone and there's just this between the two of you. You just know that there's something about this person. And then time really, I know it's cliche, but it's like time freaking stops. And then the story unfolds.
Never forget standing in line for the train ticket, wrapped in a day's shadows moved, and the crowd shifted, and then time stopped, heartbeat quickened, skies part. That's when I saw you. I got on the wrong train, but I took the right one back to you. I couldn't have guessed such a nice little romance. You came out of the ticket booth and smiled. Was I alright? Might you be coming back to Montero tonight? I didn't have to. You came to me that night. Tivoli open, and I said it back to you. Sitting round the table with all of your friends, I catch your eyes, we smile, and then how could this be real? We said goodnight, then said goodbye, part through the floor. I don't know if our paths will cross again, but I'm thankful for when time stopped, heartbeat quickened, skies part. That's when I saw you. I got on the wrong train, but I took the right one back to you. I couldn't have guessed such a nice little romance. Never forget standing in line for the train ticket, wrapped in a daze, shadows moved and the crowd shifted.
Welcome Home is a very special song in my heart. It was written a couple months into living in New York. I had a wonderful, amazing opportunity to live in New York for about 5 years. And so a couple months in, I had this really sudden realization. It was almost like I was sort of looking from the outside in at my life, and I realized that I had landed, that I had come home. I found home in this city in New York, and I had found home in people, and I ultimately found home in myself, which is the most important part because that will be with me everywhere I go. I wrote the song in a West Village apartment and immediately sent it over the phone to Johnny Cuomo, who performs on Tune Supply quite often. And I was like, Johnny, I just wrote this song and all I can hear is you playing on it. And so I sent it to him. And so he helped me arrange the song. When you listen to the recording on Spotify, on Apple Music, wherever you listen to music, you'll hear Johnny playing guitar. And it truly came to life in a really beautiful way and in a really just serendipitous way. And that's just kind of how life is in New York. Like, things are magical and serendipitous, and I just experienced that over and over and over, and this song is an example of that.
Step out into the night, where you been and where you going. It's been a year, the time has passed since you felt the weight upon your shoulders. Did you think you'd ever be here, where the lights come out to play? You were oh so far away, dear, a year ago today. Take a step, here we go, honey, don't you know this is where you're meant to be? And all the lights all the pieces of a story lining up in perfect form. Why settle for the thunder? Let's create a lightning storm. Take a step, here we go, honey, don't you know this is where you're meant to be? And all the lights come rushing by, grab a hold and you'll take flight. This whole city is aglow. Welcome home. Take a step, here we go, honey, don't you know this is where you're meant to be? And all the lights come rushing by, grab a hold and you'll take flight. This whole city is aglow. Take a step, here we go, honey, don't you know this is where you're meant to be? And all the lights come rushing by, grab a hold and you'll take flight. This whole city is aglow. Welcome home.
Catch Fire is a spicy little number about wanting to get back in touch with an old flame that doesn't necessarily need to be communicated with. So for me, this was a moment of wanting to sit down and write a letter to this person. And as I was writing, I saw this, all of a sudden, this like movie scene come to life in my head of my hand, my opposite hand, developing this life of its own, reaching across the table, grabbing the hand that's writing and throwing the pen across the table. And then I knew right then, I was like, okay, I got to get my journal and my guitar, and the song just unfolded from there, as well as this movie in my head of this masquerade, this dance between kind of this forbidden love that doesn't need to go back. You don't need to go back there. But the excitement and the passion and the thrill and the danger of wanting to get closer to that flame, to that fire, and that dance that happens. Even if just in our minds, knowing that we are playing with fire in those moments. This was another song that I collaborated with Johnny Cuomo on. And so whenever you listen to the recordings, you'll hear Johnny on guitar and Pat Mangan on fiddle, who I know is on here quite often as well. Leah Rankin is on cello on this one, and Mark Manoujian on bass. So the recording will feature all of those musicians, and today I have Joey, Braden, and Maddie to play this with me. So I hope you enjoy it.
taps hand as I go to write you a letter and the pen hits the floor. I'd say it's for the better, 'cause I can't let you go. Not with everything we know. And all the ties that bind, will they ever fall apart? No matter how I try. Meet you back at the start, line up and run. Feel the heat catching our heels fast now. Well, I'm playing with fire, but you were the one to light the match. Put it out before this fire catches everything we created in its path. See the masquerade as we waltz closer to the flame. See your eyes ablaze. Whisper what's in a name. No, it's not so sweet. Look around us, it's become quite the game. Well, I'm playing with fire, but you were the one to light the match. Put it out before this fire catches everything we created in its path. Send a messenger anywhere you can, bottled up or in flight. Quickly, it'll burn your hand. Send a messenger anywhere you can, bottled up or in flight. Quickly, it'll burn your hand. It'll burn your hand. Well, I'm playing with fire, but you were the one to light the match. Put it out before this fire catches everything we created in its path. Well, I'm playing with fire, but you were the one to light the match. Put it out before this fire catches everything we created in its path.
Call to You was written at sort of the early stages of this pandemic. It was during that time when we were just sort of figuring out that this was going to be for the long haul. And at the same time, that joyful resonance across the world of people coming out on their balconies and singing and playing music, and this hope that was alive and I believe is still alive, is still here. And just this really embracing of how important community is, and say the thing that you want to say, do the thing that you want to do, be with the people who light you up, because life is so short. So it's a song about, it's a song reflecting on these things and missing people and missing hugging people, and putting it into a song. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope it gives you some hope, some joy in knowing that we will get through this and we will celebrate together with some live music. It's going to be magic. It's going to be so great.
I woke up crying in the middle Thinking about all the ones I wish I could hold tight. When is this gonna end? 'Cause I could really use a friend. Oh, I can't wait to see your face again. Do you think we'll recognize each other after this? Can you imagine that sweetest first kiss? I don't think I have the words for how much I miss you. But if I think about it now, I just might fall apart. Never again hold back the words of my heart. End is around the bend, we can hold on till then. Oh, I can't wait to see your face again. When we walk out of these doors, oh please don't forget the fragile nature of our hearts and the strength we have within. One thing that I know for sure is that we can't go back to how it's been. So when the world opens again, will you take the chance to live from a different place and not from the past? This is my call to you, can you hear it coming through? So sing it from your balconies and scream it to the stars. Know that you are not alone, no matter where you are. I don't know how or where, and I don't know when, but I can't wait to see your face again.
Hi everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this evening's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was truly a pleasure and an honor getting to play on the Tune Supply platform with my three wonderful musician friends. As you all know, it's really challenging for musicians and artists right now who rely on performing to make some income, and we're not able to perform right now, and so we rely on these online platforms to get us through, and the generosity from our audience who tunes in. So if you're able right now to contribute, there should be a link right here that you can type into your browser or in the description of this video below, and you can contribute. It also is going to help Tune Supply in keeping this platform up and running so that we can continue to have a place like this for musicians to perform, Irish musicians and beyond. So if you're able right now, your contributions are really, really appreciated. Thank you so much. I hope you are doing well, hanging in there, and I'll see you next time.